Welcome to the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're thrilled that you're joining us today, and we have an excellent lineup of colleges and universities who will speak to you shortly. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. We ask that you submit your questions via the Q&A feature on your screen. And do sign up for more sessions that are happening as part of this college fair, and they're all listed on the same website where you registered. And a recording of this session will be available at strivescan.com/Illinois. And so without further ado, I will pass it over to our first presenter, Drury University.
Awesome, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and get our presentation going. There we go. All right, good deal. Well, hello everyone. My name is Sydney. I'm an admission counselor over at Drury University. If you are not familiar, Drury is in Springfield, Missouri. I'll tell you a little bit about Springfield in a bit. I know that y'all have a Springfield in Illinois, but ours is great too. So here's a little overview of Drury. We are a small private liberal arts college. So that means we have about 1,400 students. Nearly 99% of our students do receive some sort of financial aid, which is really helpful. Here's some other stats about our university. I will note 22 NCAA teams. That has also been updated. So now we have about 35 sports total. We just added lacrosse, and we are working really hard on some of our really unique offerings. Like we do have a bowling team, bass fishing, esports, lots of really cool things, as well as, basketball, soccer, things like that. So if you're interested in sports, let me know. I can get you in touch with the right person. But here's some kind of overview. Basically, what all these stats are telling you is that we have a really nice community on campus. We have a really nice, diverse group of students that are able to, study across a spectrum of different types of studies. That 13-to-1 faculty student ratio really just means that we have smaller class sizes, really personal relationships between our professors and our students, which is really great. I will note here at the bottom, it says 3 easy steps to apply. So I think the three main pieces of our application process is to submit an application. We do accept Common App, or you can submit our free application on our website. Send us your ACT or SAT scores. We do accept super scores, so send us all the scores you can. Also, we are test optional, where you can submit an essay in place of that. So if you want more information on that, please let me know. I'm happy to send over those prompts. And then we also will accept your official high school transcript, and you can send in all that at drury.edu/apply. So let me tell you a little bit about Springfield, Missouri. So Springfield's a really neat town. I've lived there for many years myself. I think the best way to explain Springfield is that it is a town with colleges, not a college town. So Springfield's really neat because you have people there, that you have families that live there. You have people that are born and raised in Springfield, people that stay in the area just because they love the community feel of Springfield. And I think that's really unique. There are a lot of students in the town. We have quite a few colleges in the direct area, but it's a really neat local town. There's lots to do all the time. There's a lot of downtown life. There's a lot of nature trails. Here's just an example of kind of what our downtown looks like. We do have a theater downtown where comedians, like John Mulaney has come in the past few years. We have some singers and songwriters come every once in a while too. So you also see our downtown. We have great Christmas lights, which who doesn't love Christmas lights? So that's super exciting. And then also I mentioned that Springfield is a really great nature place. So we're right in the heart of the Ozarks in Missouri. So there's mountains, lakes, rivers, trails, caverns, anything you can imagine. Like I said, we do have a bass fishing team. So if you really want to be in a place that's natural like this is a great place to be. Life on campus. So Drury's campus, like I said, we are small, about 1,400 students. So it's a pretty tight-knit campus. We do have suite and apartment style dorms. For freshmen, it is just suite style, but when you get to upperclassmen life, you do have apartment style. So that's super fun because we have no communal bathrooms. So your bathroom is always shared with just a close group within your suite. We do also have really low crime rates. Not only do we have Drury campus police patrolling at all times, but we also are about a block from the Springfield police station. And we're also, if an emergency was to occur, we are also about a block away from the local hospital. So if that's something that you are worried about, that we're right in the heart of everything that you need in case there was some sort of emergency, which is always great to note. Now, why Drury? Why would you be interested in Drury? We do have some really great academic reputations. You can see some of our accolades here. We have a lot of really popular programs. Some of our highlights kind of include, we have a 5-year master's architecture program. really great pre-health and nursing programs, really great psychology and education. We're one of the only accredited education programs in our immediate area in Missouri. So that is always something that's really important. All of our, we go after that accreditation every year, which is really great. And we also have something called the Drury Difference. So we are a 4-year private liberal arts college, but like I said, we have really great STEM programs, really focusing on that pre-health, pre-med direction. We don't have any graduate or PhD level programs for pre-med, but we have really great placement and some pre-acceptance programs with different med schools across the state of Missouri. So if you're worried about placement, this is a great place to get kind of a good undergrad degree. You can do pre-acceptance if you would like to pursue that route as well, or you can pursue the traditional route of doing your 4 years of undergrad and continuing on that way. And that kind of leads me into our Drury Fusion. So Drury Fusion is it's a brand new kind of curriculum that we're experimenting with, and we found really great success with it so far. But Drury Fusion just allows you to combine the things that you are passionate about in life with the profession that you seek in your career. So that is something that is really unique. So the way that Drury Fusion works is that each student will graduate with 3 credentials at the end of their time at Drury. So that'll be some combination of a major, a certificate, and then a third piece that you can kind of pick what you would like that to be. So it can be something really specific that follows a consecutive track, or you can, major in nursing and then have a music certificate. If you're interested in that kind of thing. So it's really, really personalized, really customizable to your passions and to what you want to do. We also do have some mentorship opportunities on campus. Our Compass Center is able to help kind of direct students in the direction that they want to go, hence the Compass Center. And our faculty is really involved, really passionate about getting students where they want to be. We're also really passionate about our real world experience. So many students on campus, depending on their major, will either have great internship opportunities, will do great research, and have study abroad and everything like that. So here's some more information on certificates. If you want to follow up, look up more information. This is our QR code for our website to find more information on the certificates. But it's just how we've reworked our gen ed, and I would love to talk to you more about it if you want to reach out and follow up at another time. But that is all that I have for you. We would love to have you on campus. Feel free to send me any questions you have, and I will drop my contact information in the chat. But here's a link to our website as well with this QR code. So thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sydney. Next up is going to be the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy in St. Louis.
Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen. All right, it's all up and running. Okay. All right, so welcome everyone. I am Sarah Jimenez. I am an admissions rep for the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm here with another admissions rep, Brianne Burton. She is going to be monitoring the chat. So if you have any questions, feel free to send them in there and she will answer them. And she'll also be sending links along the way too. So a little bit about St. Louis, Missouri. If you've never been, here's a little picture of downtown. It's a really fun place, a lot of free museums, a lot of fun parks. It's just a really good place to come and visit and live. Here's a picture of Central West End, which is the neighborhood our university is located in. We are on the campus with multiple different hospitals. We are with Children's Hospital, Barnes Jewish Hospital. We are next to the Siteman Cancer Research Center and as well as Goldfarb School of Nursing. So we're really in the middle of it all. For being a health science school, that is a great opportunity for our students to do interns or find jobs after graduating. And then our campus is really beautiful, at least I think so. Here's a picture I took of our academic research building. It was a beautiful blue sky day. And then here's pictures of our dorms, which you might think are Photoshopped, but this is just as nice as they look in person. So those are just a few photos of our university and a little bit about us. So we're a very small school. We have a little bit under 1,000 students for enrollment. Our student faculty ratio hovers around 10 to 1. So the class sizes really don't get much bigger than 15 or 20 students. I think mostly for gen ed classes, you're going to see those bigger sized rooms. Our fall 2020 first year student profile looks a little bit like 24, 29 ACT scores, a 3.69 GPA average. So our students are in that range, and also we do have a lot of students well above that range as well. So we've just added a bunch of new undergraduate majors and some more pathways into graduate programs. We have 14 undergraduate majors currently, which I'll talk about right now. So we added 8 recently, and they're still getting accredited by the Higher Learning Commission, but hopefully in the next few months, we'll have those up and rolling. But every single one of our undergraduate majors are healthcare focused. So if healthcare is what you want to do, we would be a really good fit for you. We have biology focused majors, chemistry focused majors, some of those interdisciplinary kind of majors that have those art and history classes. We also have some pathways into graduate studies like nursing that you can do post-grad, as well as pharmacy, which is also part of one of our graduate studies. We just launched a master's in global health and equity, as well as a master's in medicinal chemistry. And we do have a lot of partnerships with universities in the area for other advanced opportunities like dental medicine. We have an MBA partnership with UMSL, University of Missouri St. Louis. And we also have an OT and a PT program in partnership with WashU, Washington University School of Medicine. As far as pharmacy goes, we've been doing pharmacy all the way since 1864. So this is something we know best. We have a few pathways for undergraduate students. We have a 6-year PharmD, which is where you do pre-pharmacy coursework with us and then enter into our professional program. And then we have a 7-year integrated bachelor's in PharmD program, where students will finish a bachelor's degree in pharmaceutical science, and then they will enter into our PharmD program. You save 1 year because your senior year of your undergrad is combined with your first year of your professional program. So you finish in 7 years with 2 degrees. So that's a little bit about pharmacy. Being a small school definitely does have its benefits. We have very specific student support services available for students. It's for like academic support, we have tutoring, we have a writing center, we have a career services center, counseling center with 2 therapists currently, and then we have an International Student Scholar Support Center, and then of course our Office of Diversity and Inclusion. A lot of things to do for students to find their passions or do stuff that they love to do. So we're an NAIA Division I sports school, so we have just added a bunch of new sports team to our ranks. Including bowling, cheerleading, dance, and golf, as well as lacrosse and rugby. So quite a few more sports teams that students have been interested in. We also have 60+ student organizations on campus, so students will find something they want to do, and if out of those 60, there's something that they want to do, they can always start one. And then of course we have 10+ intramural and club sports, we have a performing arts center, and then we have many opportunities for community service. Oops. So our application is free, it's online, it takes 15 minutes to do. We have a holistic admissions review process, and that just means that we're gonna look at your application as a whole person. So we're not gonna just look at your grades, we're gonna also look at your recommendation letters, we're gonna look at that essay that you submit, and any test scores you wanna submit as well. So it's gonna be a whole rounded review of your application. We are test optional this year and for the foreseeable future. So if you have test scores and you want to submit them, go ahead, but you don't have to. And then, of course, we have academic merit scholarships that will be evaluated on application materials. And then for regular decision, our deadline is March 1st. So go to uhsp.edu/admission/apply now to submit an application. And then here's a quick little QR code with our preview day coming up. We have an in-person preview day and a virtual preview day in November. So the in-person one is in October on the 16th. So if you would like to come visit St. Louis, come visit our campus, scan this QR code and fill out a little form. So that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Sarah. And next up is ESSEC Business School.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So my name is Julie Pinon, and I'm the representative for Essec Business School in the US. So my presentation is for students who are interested in studying abroad, international business in a top university, either in Europe, specifically in France, or in Singapore. So Essec, we are a leading French business school because we were created in France, but we are now a multi-campus school. So we have 2 campuses in Paris. We also have 1 campus in Asia in Singapore and 1 campus in Morocco. So we have approximately 7,000 students on campus and a community of 62,000 graduates around the world. So if you join us at Essec, you won't be the only international student. We have 39% of international students on campus, and 102 different nationalities are represented. So Essec is known also because we are an institution of excellence. So we are ranked among the best business school in Europe. We were the 6th European business school in 2020, according to the Financial Times. Our different master's program are also ranked among the best in the world. And the program, the undergraduate program that we have at Essec, the Global BBA, is ranked first in France. So first, the campuses, if you join us at Essec, so the program that we offer at undergraduate level is the Global BBA. So it's one program offered in 2 different campuses. So if you want to join us, you have to choose to apply campus in France or campus in Singapore. The campus in France is located at 35 minutes from the center of Paris, so just outside of the city. We are at 5-minute walking distance from the public transportation, so it's very easy to reach the center of Paris. But we have all facilities on campus. We have housing, we have sports centers, so everything that you need. And in Singapore, we have a brand new campus. It was built in 2015, and we're really located in the heart of Singapore. So the program that we offer at undergraduate level is the Essec Global BBA program. So it's a global bachelor in business administration in 4 years. It's entirely taught in English. Even if you join us in France, don't worry, you don't need to speak French in order to join us. So the program is a mix between academic excellence, professional experience, and international exposure. So why we do have one program and what will you learn exactly? So we have one program in 4 years, the Global BBA, because the first 2 years are generalist. So all students will learn foundation courses in international business and management. You will learn, for example, strategic management, international marketing. You will have introduction in finance, but also entrepreneurship. It can be coding. You will also be able to learn other languages as well. And the last 2 years of the program are very flexible. You will be able to design your curriculum and choose your courses. It can be more advanced courses. You can really choose what you want to do during the last 2 years. So if you join us during for your undergraduate degrees at Essec, you will also gain a full professional experience. You have to complete a minimum of 10 months of professional experience before graduation. So it's actually included in your curriculum. It's not an extra semester. And if you want, you can even do more. You can do up to 16 months of professional experience. We have a specific program called the work study program, where you can alternate between studying on campus and working in a company during the last 2 years. If you do the specific program, the company will pay for your tuition fee for the last 2 years. Last important point is that the program is very international. It means that you will have ample opportunities for international exposure. So first, since we're a multi-campus school, you have the possibility to switch campuses during your studies. You can stay in the same campus if you want. It's really up to you, but you can also move if you prefer. You can also go for an exchange program and spend 1 semester in a partner institution. It can be in another country in Europe, in Asia, or back in North America. If you want to spend more time abroad or do something specific, we also have double degree opportunities or specific international track in innovation management, for example, or international responsible leadership. Now about the campus life. So we have more than 100 different student clubs on campus. So it can be sports, we have arts, culture, media, community service. So we have a lot of different things that we offer for students, both in France and in Singapore. So if there is something that is not that you want to do and that we don't have, you can also create your own association. That's also totally possible. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the application process and the financial aids. So our application process is online. You can start your online application directly on our website. It's www.essec.edu. You will have to submit the required documents, and if you are shortlisted, we will call you for an online interview. We do offer financial aid as well. So we have two scholarships, two kinds of scholarship at Essec of up to 35% of the tuition fees, the Academic Excellence Scholarship and the Regional Diversity Scholarship. So in case you want to learn more about Essec, if you feel like you need more information, I will be your contact person. So feel free to contact me at pinon@essec.edu, and we'll be able to schedule a one-on-one meeting to answer your question and go help you with your application process. Thank you everyone for your attention.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Next up is London Metropolitan University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chadon Joyner, and I represent London Metropolitan University. I'm one of two international officers, and essentially what that is we work with students anywhere in North America. Even though I'm based in Los Angeles, I work with students in the Midwest, Southwest, and on the West Coast. I have some family in Gary, Indiana, so not too far from Chicago and just the Illinois area. So I'm very excited to work with you all. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to this email right here, jadon.joyner@londonmet.ac.uk. So a little bit about London Met. We're going to stay in that international sphere right now. We're based in central London. We have about 10,000 students, and we have two campuses, our Holloway Road and our Altgate campus. You can get your bachelor's degree in 3 years, and if you wanted to stay and get your master's, you could get that in 1 year as well. We also offer international student scholarships, and we accept U.S. financial aid and veterans benefits. One thing we really pride ourselves at London Met is our commitment to diversity and creating diverse spaces for everyone. 64% of our students are BAME students, which stands for Black, Asian, or Minority Ethnic Students. And we have over 120 different nationalities represented because we want to make not only our education accessible to everyone, but we believe that having so many different thoughts can really help us solve some of the complex problems today. One of our famous alumnuses is Sadiq Khan, who is the current mayor of London, and he believes in London as a higher education capital of the world, and we strive to be that at London Met as well. So why should you get your degree in the UK? Kind of like we mentioned before, you can get your degree in 3 years, which is amazing. So you can get a bachelor's and a master's, 2 degrees in the time that it takes a lot of others just to get 1 degree. And then it's also cheaper or more affordable in some senses if you're in comparison to out-of-state or private options. And then, as I mentioned before, you have the scholarships and we have the financial aid. So a little bit about the application process. We are rolling admissions. So we have a start date in September and January. You can apply directly through our website for free, or you can apply through UCAS, which is the UK Common App. And our deadline is rolling. So for instance, if you wanted to apply for September 2022, you could apply all the way up to August 2022. Our GPA standards are around a 3.0, but if you have a little bit less than that, feel free to contact me and I can help work with you. And then our ACT scores are 25 and SAT scores are 1100. We are test optional. So let me know if you would rather submit your scores or if you rather do the test optional option. So now I'm going to go through a couple pictures just so you can get a feel for what it's actually like on campus. So this is an aerial view from our Holloway Road campus. Let's skip that slide really quick. And our Holloway Road campus is home to our human sciences, social sciences, our business courses. It's really our flagship main campus. If you're interested in soccer, we're directly next to the Emirates Stadium, which is where Arsenal Football Club plays in the Premier League. We're also close to King's Cross Station, where you could catch the train to Hogwarts on platform 9 3/4. Or in all seriousness, you could go to St. Pancras Station, which is connected to King Cross Station, and take the Eurostar to Belgium or to Paris. All of that is within 5 minutes of our Holloway Road campus. If you're more of an artistically inclined student, we have our Altgate campus, which is home to our art, architecture, fine arts. And this campus is located in East London, about maybe 20 minutes away from the Holloway Road campus. And no matter which campus you primarily reside, you have access to both campuses. This is our new 30 million pound science super lab, which is one of the largest labs in Europe. And then one of the things we've also tried to do is combine some of the classical elements of London and some of the more modern, almost IKEA-esque architecture. And so these are our learning centers, and you can see they're very modern and chic. Some of our cutting edge classrooms. We have a 100,000 pound newsroom and TV studio that students have access to. These are some of our art, architecture, and design studios, and all of this work is student work. And then you always have the cafes, the bars, the chill out zones. And London was ranked the #1 city for international study by QS. And that's because you're having students from all over the world just interacting with each other. And as a London Met student, you get access to different discounts around campus. So if you want to go see a show on West End, which is like the UK version of Broadway, you can see shows for £10, which is about $12 or $13. And so there's so many different benefits you get as a London Met student. We have gyms, sports halls, dance studios, all alike. And then I always tell students just to check out this video. It's do something you love. It's this really amazing, awesome student-led tour. And again, my name is Jadon Joyner. So if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And next up is King's College London.
Hopefully you're able to see my presentation. My name is Paulina. I represent King's College London, and I'm the student recruitment manager for King's, and I'm speaking to you from London. King's is quite a large university. We have just under 34,000 students. Just like London, we are a very international place with almost half of our students coming from outside of UK. And just like London, we are also very diverse. We have students from over 185 different countries represented on our campus. And of course, it's amazing to have diversity because diversity leads to interesting conversation. And it will also allow you to meet some very interesting people. But if you're a little bit homesick, we have a beautiful USA community of almost 900 students. Some of the reasons you might want to join King's: we are a university with legacy. We actually 4th oldest in UK. after Cambridge, Oxford, and UCL. And over the years, we have some very impressive alumni, and that would be some Nobel Prize winners, Olympic medalists, scientists, inventors. So if you do come and study with us and you graduate, you will be joining a very diverse and exciting international community. We actively investing in the future through our research. And again, over the years, some groundbreaking discoveries happened at King's. So for example, discovery of DNA, which was photographed for the very first time on our Strand campus, as well as research that led to development of radio, TV, or for example, mobile phones. Currently, we are the 11th most international university in the world, and we have 5 beautiful campuses right in the heart of London. So just to place them on the map, for those who have visited London before, I'm sure you recognize a lot of buildings on the picture. If you haven't, I'm sure you will be familiar with some of the iconic London buildings too. And you can see our campuses is right in between those iconic buildings. So 13 and 15, this is our St. Thomas Hospital and one of our medical campuses. 16 and 18, this is our main medical campus. So if you're thinking of studying biomedical sciences, sports and exercise medical science, and those sort of subjects, this is going to be your home. And number 10, this is where chemistry and physics and nursing students are based. And number 1 and 2, this is our business school, as well as school for engineering and social sciences. Of course, being in London will offer our students a lot of very unique benefits. So for example, we were able to welcome some prominent visitors onto our campuses. I'm sure you recognize Queen Elizabeth II on this picture and visiting our business school. But more importantly, we've got a number of industry experts and specialists that hold talks or guest lectures in our school. We also partnered with some world-renowned institutions. So for example, some of our students work with Royal Air Force and European Space Agency and developing conditioning programs for astronauts. Our history students work with British Museum, handling the artifacts that are based there, and many other exciting academic opportunities. Being in central London will also offer you professional opportunities. So for example, links that we have with professional bodies around us, and that could be Royal Courts of Justice, that could be British Heart Foundation, or for example, the Royal Academy of Engineering. But of course, aside of the educational and professional opportunities, London offers a lot of fun. It's been voted the best student city in the world, and it's got countless restaurants, markets, festivals, and so much for you to explore. So whether you already have a hobby that you want to continue with, or maybe there's something completely new you would like to try, you will definitely be able to experience that in London. So what we have on offer in London, we offer degrees in 5 main areas of studies, and this is STEM, health, politics and social sciences, law, management and business, and arts and humanities. And of course, each of those different degrees will offer you a number of each of those areas will offer you a number of exciting degrees. And maybe you already see something that is perfect for you, but this is just a fraction of what we offer. So please do use the QR code or have a look on our pages for what we have within the area that interests you. Because we teach across different disciplines, a lot of our teaching is very interdisciplinary, and that could happen in a number of ways. So we offer some degrees that have a combination of major and minors. We've got some combined degrees that are more of a half and a half. Some of our degrees will offer you different pathways, and a lot of our degrees will be multidisciplinary by nature, which means they will have a combination of different degrees within them. For example, the war studies, which is a combination of history, international relations, and philosophy. something that's really important at King's is research, and our researchers will be your teachers. So this is the people that go into the world, that pioneer, that look for new things. This will be the same people that come onto campuses to teach you. And one more thing I have time to tell you, you will be able to get involved in the research from the very start, so you can support either a PhD student or a researcher with what's going on and get your name on the paper, and also get some preparation for when you have to conduct research as part of your own degree. So this is my contact details. I will post them as well. So if you have any questions about King's College London, please do contact me. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And as we wrap up this session, we have a few minutes for some Q&A, and I'd like to invite all of our presenters to join me back on camera and respond to this question. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And I'll ask that our presenters respond in the same order that they presented. So we'll start with University of Health Sciences.
I will have to say that the advice I have to give to our students who are coming to our school, I always say it's a big decision to make when you're choosing a college and a career field. And generally students make that decision at a young age. So just go easy on yourself, and just find a place that is the right fit for you, and just follow your passions. So that's what I have to say. Best advice I have to give.
I'm sorry.
I would also say to visit campus, whatever schools you're interested in. I think you need to kind of like get the vibe of the campus. You know, do you like a bigger campus, a smaller one? You know, is it easy to get to your classes? So I think that's also important too, to actually see yourself there as well.
And I'm sorry, Sydney, I didn't mean to skip you. So let's go to Drury.
You're totally okay. Yeah, I think both of those are great pieces of advice. I would also say, kind of off of that, it's really helpful if you go visit campuses and see what you like and don't like. And then for me, I found it helpful to make a checklist of things that you absolutely must have in a college, things that you want. So, you know, if you want to definitely have a college with a football team, then that's a valid thing for you to want, you know, things like that. But like, if you have certain things that you're not willing to compromise on from a college, or things about location or the size or the offerings or the placement that they can help you with after college, I think those are all really important things that if whatever's important to you, like you need to figure that out for what you want, and then make sure that you can find colleges that align with that. So yeah, I think that's my best bit of advice, is just find what's important to you to have in a college.
Okay, I think that's for me. So my advice would be to explore all your options when you're looking for your degree after your high school. I know it can be scary, for example, to go and study in another state, in another city. And I always receive, you know, some students who say they are interested in studying maybe in another place, in another country, but they might be scared. And what I always tell them is that the student who are coming, international student coming at Essec, they always tell me that this is really a place where they can grow as a person when you go and study on your own in another country. And you will be, this is a fantastic opportunity for you to meet all new kind of students, discover yourself as well. So if you're scared, I also advise you to speak with current students in the institution, and also admission advisor, for example. So you can always find on the institution website a talk or just an information session, for example. So I always advise you to really talk to as many persons as you can before applying and making your final decision.
So much great advice from everyone. I have two quick things. One, if you don't have one, I would create an email specifically for colleges, so all of it can go straight to that email and it doesn't get confused. It's your personal email. And the second thing is, no matter if you choose one of the international universities or one of the domestic universities, please take this opportunity while you're in college to travel abroad, study abroad. It's the best time for you to travel, A lot of times it's included in your tuition. And so please take advantage of it. It'll be more difficult as you get older. So travel and create that email.
So most of it have been covered, but what I could add to that is research the program. So don't just look at the university, but look at the degree and really research the degree in depth within those universities. Because sometimes the degree can have the same name, but actually they're not as similar. So do have a look and make sure you choose the right one. And the second advice would be to speak with current student, whether you're able to visit the campus in person or whether it's online. Now, especially, we are all available online, and we all have students available online to come and talk to you. So do speak to someone who is currently at university and see how they feel about that.
Excellent. Thank you all so much. So we have time for one more question. Hope this is an easy one for all of you, but what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? And we'll start with Drury.
What a fun question. I think if you take one thing away from Drury, I hope you would remember that that we have a very customizable education program. So our education is, I think, designed to fit the student, not trying to fit the student to the education program. So we really have customizable options with that Drury Fusion program, where you're able to do it all essentially, and you're able to follow your passions in life and your career, and whether they align or they don't align, they're able to really personalize what college looks like for you, specifically undergrad.
So for us at the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy, I have to say the biggest takeaway to remember us is that everything we do is healthcare focused, and we are a community in that. So we're small, so everyone that you know is going to be in the field doing some sort of thing. Doctor, nurse, technician, data scientist. So it's just a great place to network and familiarize yourself with people who are also going into the field.
So if there's one thing that you need to remember about the BBA at Essec, the global BBA at Essec, is the flexibility of the program. If you know you want to study international business or business, you don't know exactly what, and the major that you want to choose in the first year, you can join us and decide just like in the second year or in the third year, for example. That's something that you should remember if you're interested in studying international business and don't know exactly what major, for example. That's a good thing to remember, and the flexibility of the program in terms as well of international opportunities and also professional experience that you can gain in the program, so that it can help you after when you will graduate and you will be looking for a job. So that will be my answer.
I would say, when you think of London Met, think of 2 degrees hotter. So in 4 years, you can get 2 degrees. And in those 4 years, you'll be able to meet students from all over the world. Those will be your friends. You'll be in the #1 city for international study. And you'll have professors who have not only amazing academic experience, but real world experience. So think 2 degrees hotter.
So everything what Jadon said, because we're also in London. But King's does offer a world-class education, and London is one of the most exciting cities in the world, and our classrooms are very diverse. So the sort of experience and the learning experience and life experience you will have at King's and in London, it's very, very unique.
Excellent. Well, thank you all so much. That brings us to the end of this session. So I want to say thank you for joining us. And a big thank you to all of our presenters for taking time out of your day to share such wonderful information with everyone. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick survey. We do appreciate your feedback. We encourage you to check the schedule for more sessions that are happening as part of this fair. And you'll be able to find a recording from this session as well as others at strivescan.com/Illinois. Thank you all so much and have a great rest of your day.